Hey guys, Magic Master here. So, you may recall my estimation is key video. That trick I said was the hardest trick I know. And it technically still is due to the estimation factor, but the trick I'm going to show you today is the hardest sleight of hand trick I know. And this is very hard to perform with a camera just pointing right down, just staring at me the whole time, because it relies on some misdirection and some very quick actions. So you guys are probably going to see a lot of what is done in the performance here, but in a real life situation, this is much easier to pull off. But still just a little bit of a hard trick in a real life situation, but not nearly as hard as when I'm having a camera staring down at me. But before we get into that, I have split all of the videos on my channel up into a whole bunch of different playlists, both for your guys' convenience and mine. So if you're looking for a certain type of video, I have a whole bunch of playlists for all those. Go check those out. And also go subscribe to all the links I have in the description. Without further ado, let's get into the performance. So I could have the spectator shuffle up the deck. Yep. These cards are definitely still stiff. We'll just pretend that never happened. It looked cool though. Not sure what you guys saw, but it looked cool from my perspective. Anyway, I'm just gonna go through the deck and I'm just gonna pull out a real quick prediction. So let's see. I think I might go with that card right there. Yeah, I think I'll go with that card there. Okay, so I'm going to take that card, set it off to the side, and I'll put it over here. We'll just leave it there the whole time. So now I'm going to spread out the cards. I'm going to have you touch any one of these cards on the back. Let's just say they touched that one right there. Okay, so I would ask them, are you sure? Yes. Okay, cool. Go ahead, take it, memorize it. I won't look. Okay, don't worry guys, I'm not looking. Okay, so now I'm gonna riffle down the deck. You can tell me when to stop. Stop right there, okay. Go ahead, take your card, place it there. We'll just lose it into the deck just like that. So now, I would have you name a card that's not related to your card. So I think I had somebody say Two of Diamonds recently, so how about we just do that? TWOOFDIAMONDS. Oh, and also, by the way, guys, I am sick and I'm in the coughing stage of my cold. So if I just randomly cough here or there, that's why. So anyway, you could have named any card in the deck that you wanted to, but you named the Two of Diamonds. And as you guys can see, we have stopped at your card. But hold on, we're not done with the trick yet. Because remember, we made that prediction at the beginning of the trick there. Your Two of Diamonds. Alright guys, that was the performance. Like I said, you probably caught a whole bunch of things in that, but it relies a lot on misdirection. So let's get into the tutorial. So first of all, you can have the spectator shuffle up the deck. And then you want to go through and get out a prediction. So the best cards that work for this are the black eights or the black nines. I personally like the black eights myself. Definitely don't do it with any red cards because hearts and diamonds look a lot different, but the clubs and spades look a little bit more similar. And if you're using a deck with smaller pips, unfortunately, I'm not sure if I have a deck like that, but I know there are some decks out there with smaller pips. That would be even better. But the black eights are my personal favorites for this trick. So when you're going through to get out your prediction, you also kind of want to set up the deck a little bit. So the Ace of Clubs is the card that I use for my prediction, And then I want to get the 8 of spades 5th from the top. So as I'm spreading through looking for the 8 of clubs, if the 8 of spades appears first, I'll count it as 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. Get a break there, and then keep looking for the 8 of clubs, and then I'll pull that out, make my prediction, and then I'll cut the 8 of spades at my break to the top of the deck. But if the 8 of clubs shows up first, you can kind of outjog it and you can say, oh, I might go with that card, maybe. And then you look for the 8 of spades, get 4 cards on top of it. And then you say, you know what? Yeah, I am going to go with that card. And then after you pull out your prediction, in either circumstance, you want to get the 8 of spades 5th from the top. So you just cut it like that. So now what you want to do here is a cull force. So if you don't know how to cull a card, basically what it looks like is, here's our 8 of spades right here. You're taking these fingers, pulling it down. I can't really tilt the deck and do this at the same time. So you're pulling it out and under these cards right here, and these cards will cover it up just like that. When A Million Card Tricks did this, he used 3 cards on top of the 8 of spades, and then the 4th card was the 8 of spades for the cull. But I personally like it with 4 cards on top of it because that just gives me a little bit extra protection. So you want to cull the card by grabbing your fingers underneath, pulling it out, and having it sit under those cards like that. And then you keep spreading through the deck with this hand right here, have them touch any card. Let's say they touch this one right here. So then you stop there, and your 8 of spades will go below it. So now you can see that the 8 of spades is below that card right there. So then you square it up, and then the card you give to them is the 8 of spades. So you just forced the 8 of spades on them. I probably will do a more in-depth tutorial on the cull force. Well, you know what? Let's just do it one more time here. I don't think I'm going to make a separate tutorial video for it. So, and you can also look it up from other people doing it as well. So basically, spread out those top 4 cards, take your fingers here, pull it off and under the deck, and then keep spreading through. Ask them to tell you when to stop right there. They touch the card, they touch that card. It's now on top of it there. You square it up and hand them the bottom card like that. So then you ask them to memorize it. I'm sorry guys, I'm sick and I cannot speak right. Okay, so while they're memorizing it, you want to turn your back and you want to very, very quickly count off 12 cards. So you can do 3, 6, 9, 12. You can do it in groups of 3s like that. So then you get a break there, and then you come back around. You have them tell you when to stop, and wherever they say stop, you just pull off those top 12 cards. So then you have them place their card there, and then you sandwich it in the deck like that. So from here, you want them to name a card that's not related to their card. Most cards will either spell out 12 or 13 cards. But there are exceptions. Like the Ace of Clubs, for example, is only 10 cards. So what I do in that situation is I try to do some misdirection, and then I get 3 cards as 1. So that takes care of 3 cards right there. And then I can just spell out the rest normally. So this would be my A. Instead of just 1 card, this is 3 cards as 1 letter. And then there are also ones that go over 13 cards, like the Queen of Diamonds. That's 15 cards. So that one is also harder to pull off. I don't think I've run into that, so I'm not really sure what I would do in that situation. So 15 cards. Oh, I know. You can reduce it by removing the word of. That brings it down to 13. So you just spell out Queen Diamonds and don't do the of. So in order to rapidly mentally process how many letters are in whatever they say, I'll give you some tips here. So clubs is 5 letters, spades and hearts are 6 letters, and diamonds with the S is 8 letters. Diamond without the S is 7 letters. The word of is obviously 2, and then you should be able to quickly count how many cards are in or how many letters are in the value. So 9 of diamonds, I do a quick think, and that would be 14 cards. So for 9 of diamonds, I would either remove the of or remove the S from the diamond. So let's just say they named something more standard like the, let's go with the five of spades, so that's 12. So you spell that out, Fiveofspades. So now if you deal down 12 cards, the 13th card is right here, and that will be the 8 of spades. If you deal down 13, it's going to be right there. So deal down 12, still on the top of the deck. Deal down 13, it's going to be on the table. So you hand it to them, and then you have them look at it, and they'll be like amazed, you know. And while they're being amazed and looking at that card, you want to quickly spread through and look for the 5 of spades, I think I said. So here it is right here. So you just want to quickly cut that to the top of the deck. And you say, hold on, we're not done yet. And you kind of turn towards your prediction, and you just want to swap off the cards just like that. So now you have the 5 of spades in your hand. So as you're turning towards that card there, you kind of like, but remember, I had this prediction over here since the beginning of the trick. And you just kind of do it like that. And then I believe this is called a Mexican turnover. What you want to do, take the card in your hand, slip it under just like that. If you press down in this corner, it will raise it just a bit. So you want to take this card, slip it under like that, grab both of them, flip it over, and drop that card right there. So the reason you want to do that is so you can get the 5 of spades like it was on the table the whole time. And the reason you wanted the 8 of clubs is because this looks a lot like the 8 of spades if you just do a quick, you know, like that. So they will still think that is their card that you took away from them. So you just take it, put it under, flip the whole thing over, drop that card right there, and then just dispose of that one quickly. So there you guys go. I hope I made everything clear through my stumbling words and coughing and everything like that. And that was the trick. I'll see you guys next time.